Beneath the surface of our world lie pathways that defy conventional understanding, not the product of modern transit, mining, or sanitation. These are ancient subterranean passages, carved into the earth with such precision and on such a grand scale that contemporary engineers can only marvel, remarking that their construction would necessitate advanced drilling machinery, explosives, and years of labor. Yet these tunnels were forged millennia ago, or, by some estimates, tens of millennia past, by beings who, according to established scientific narratives, possessed nothing more than rudimentary stone hammers and bronze chisels. Conventional historical accounts propose that ancient civilizations erected underground structures for pragmatic reasons: food storage, protection from adversaries, or spiritual observances. In most instances, this holds true. Across the globe, countless subterranean cities, catacombs, and thoroughfares are readily explained by basic human needs. However, certain anomalies persist, defying this straightforward categorization. These are tunnels distinguished by their extreme length, unwavering straightness, remarkable depth, and the material they traverse, too resilient for the tools of antiquity. Their purpose remains elusive, their routes leading to no discernible logical destination, as if conceived by an intelligence operating on entirely different principles, possessing unknown technologies, or perhaps not of human origin. It sounds fantastical, I acknowledge, but when one descends into such a tunnel, tracing a hand along walls polished to a mirror sheen for kilometers, or observing a perfectly circular cross-section that remains consistent throughout its expanse, questions arise that science struggles to answer. Today, we shall explore 4 such enigmatic tunnels, 4 subterranean mysteries that challenge our understanding of the capabilities of ancient builders. Our first subject is the underground network of Ecuador. In the 1960s, the Argentinian-Hungarian explorer Juan Moritz claimed to have discovered an entrance to a colossal system of subterranean tunnels within the eastern Ecuadorian jungle. He asserted that these passages extended for hundreds of kilometers into the continent, linking Ecuador with Peru and potentially Brazil. Moritz stated he gained access with the aid of local Shuar indigenous people who had known of these tunnels for generations, regarding them as divine creations. He described vast chambers within, featuring smooth walls, peculiar niches carved with exceptional precision, and artifacts incongruous with known pre-Columbian South American cultures. Official scientific circles met Moritz's claims with predictable skepticism. Experts posited that he was either exaggerating the scale of natural karst caves or fabricating the entire narrative. Karst caves are natural voids within limestone, sculpted by water over eons, capable of immense size and intricate systems. There was nothing artificial, nothing mysterious, merely geology. Moritz failed to provide conclusive evidence, and the story faded. However, the enigma was revived by Erich von Däniken, a Swiss author who visited Ecuador in the early 70s. He detailed the tunnels in his book, claiming personal observation. It later emerged that von Däniken had not explored the tunnels himself, but had recounted Moritz's tales, further diminishing the credibility of the claims. The matter seemed settled, dismissed as mere sensationalist fantasy. Yet, in the 1990s, several caving expeditions actually uncovered an extensive subterranean system in the same Ecuadorian region. The cave, known as Cueva de los Tallos, named for the birds nesting near its entrance, proved to be colossal. Miles of explored passages, chambers reaching 50 meters in height, and corridors vanishing into darkness beyond the reach of the expedition's equipment. It was here that questions arose that geologists could not readily dismiss as mere karst phenomena. Firstly, the shape of the passages. Karst caves typically exhibit irregular walls, water-worn rounded ceilings, and evidence of flow on the floor. Cueva de los Tallos presented a different aspect. Many corridors possessed rectangular cross-sections with remarkably straight, almost vertical walls and flat ceilings, a stark departure from natural caves. Geologists proposed that this could result from water erosion along horizontal and vertical fissures. While theoretically possible, such extended straight corridors with flat ceilings are exceedingly rare in natural karst formations. Secondly, in several chambers, traces resembling tool marks were found on the walls. These were straight, parallel grooves, too uniform to be attributed to natural erosion. Geologists suggested they were evidence of the rock's crystalline structure revealed by weathering. Plausible, but an expedition engineer with 20 years of experience in mining stated that he had encountered such marks hundreds of times on the walls of mechanically bored tunnels and nowhere else. Thirdly, the scale. The explored section of the cave spanned several kilometers, but sonar readings indicated the system continued much further. Some passages descended to depths unattainable by the expedition's current equipment. The local Shuar, indigenous people, spoke of tunnels stretching to the ends of the earth, claiming their ancestors had journeyed within for days without reaching an end. While this could be attributed to folklore, myths often have a basis in reality. An intriguing detail. In 1976, a British expedition, led by Scottish engineer Stan Hall, visited Cueva de los Tallos. The team comprised geologists, botanists, zoologists, and speleologists, totaling approximately 100 individuals. This was a serious, well-funded undertaking, and the honorary chairman of this expedition? Neil Armstrong. Yes, the very first human to walk on the moon, a man who had set foot on another world. Why would he venture into a cave in the Ecuadorian jungle? Ostensibly, out of curiosity. Armstrong was purportedly interested in archaeology and speleology. However, following the expedition, Armstrong offered remarkably little commentary about it. To direct journalistic inquiries, he responded evasively, stating only that it was one of the most profound experiences of his life. For someone who had stood on the lunar surface, this is a significant declaration. The selection of this particular cave at this specific time, with this distinguished group of participants, appears, to say the least, to be more than coincidental. Our second tunnel leads us to the underground passages of Derinkuyu in Turkey. Cappadocia, a region in central Turkey, is renowned for its unique geological formations and subterranean cities. Here, within the soft volcanic tuff, ancient inhabitants carved entire settlements beneath the ground. The most celebrated and deepest of these is Derinkuyu, descending 18 levels to a depth of approximately 60 meters. It encompasses living quarters, kitchens, churches, schools, stables, storage areas, wells, and ventilation shafts. Estimates suggest it could have housed between 20,000 and 50,000 people, along with livestock and food supplies simultaneously. This is not a mere cave, it is a fully realized underground metropolis. Official science attributes the construction of Derinkuyu to early Christians seeking refuge from Roman persecution, and subsequently from Arab raids. Later, it served as a sanctuary during Mongol invasions. The logic is straightforward. Enemies arrived, people descended underground, waited them out, and emerged. It is a convenient, practical, and understandable explanation. The challenge, however, lies not in the purpose, but in the how and when of its construction. Volcanic tuff is a soft rock, amenable to shaping even with simple metallic tools. This is true, but Derinkuyu is not a collection of rooms hewn from rock. It represents tens of thousands of cubic meters of material that had to be excavated, transported, and disposed of. Each level contains hundreds of chambers connected by corridors, with ventilation shafts penetrating all 18 levels to the surface, supplying air to individuals at a depth of 60 meters. The water supply system was ingeniously designed to prevent enemies controlling the upper levels from contaminating the water below. This was not the improvisation of frightened villagers. It was an engineering project of immense magnitude, and no one knows who conceived it. Yet, the most fascinating aspect is not the city itself, but the tunnels emanating from it. In 2014, Turkish archaeologists discovered that long corridors extended from the lower levels of Derinkuyu, leading to other underground cities. One such tunnel connects Derinkuyu to another subterranean settlement, Kaymakli, a distance of approximately 9 kilometers. This is 9 kilometers of underground passage, carved through rock with a consistent cross-section sufficient for a person carrying provisions, featuring ventilation and a system of stone doors that could be sealed from within. Official science responds with a dismissive, well, a long tunnel, so what? They propose gradual excavation over generations, facilitated by the soft rock. This sounds simple, But consider the volume of rock that had to be removed for a 9-kilometer tunnel. The figures are staggering. Tens of thousands of tons of stone. Where was it all placed? The surface surrounding the area shows no evidence of such massive spoil heaps. The rock seems to have vanished, either dissolved or transported to locations yet undiscovered. Now for the most perplexing part. Some researchers contend that the tunnel system of Cappadocia extends beyond the known cities. They suggest the subterranean passages continue further, deeper, connecting into a network that encompasses the entire region, and that the discovered cities are merely the uppermost floors of something far grander. Official archaeology dismisses this as speculation, yet every year, new underground structures are unearthed in Cappadocia. In 2013, construction work in the city of Nevşehir inadvertently revealed an underground city that preliminary assessments indicate may be even larger than Derinkuyu. It has not yet been thoroughly investigated. The number of such cities lying beneath Turkish soil remains unknown. There is another question, rarely voiced aloud. Why go so deep? If the objective was to hide from enemies, 2 or 3 levels would suffice. Seal the entrance with a heavy stone and wait. Why excavate to 18 levels? Why construct 9-kilometer tunnels? Why implement ventilation designed for tens of thousands of people? From what adversary was such profound and extensive concealment necessary? Scholars respond with a very powerful and persistent one. However, the region's history offers no record of an enemy capable of besieging an underground city for weeks. The Mongols came and went. The Arabs came and went. No subterranean sieges were recorded. So, from whom were the builders of Derinkuyu hiding? Or perhaps the more pertinent question is, from what? Our third tunnel is Ravne in Bosnia. This narrative commences with what is perhaps the most contentious archaeological site in Europe. In 2005, a businessman and researcher of Bosnian origin, Semir Osmanagić, declared that the hills near the town of Visoko in Bosnia and Herzegovina were not natural formations, but ancient pyramids, covered by earth and overgrown with vegetation. Official science met this assertion with outright rejection. Geologists classified them as natural formations, noting that pyramidal hills occur worldwide. Archaeologists stated that Bosnia lacked civilizations capable of constructing pyramids. The subject was branded pseudoscience, and Osmanagić was labeled a charlatan. However, beneath one of these hills, tunnels were discovered, an entire system of subterranean passages, subsequently named Ravne. This is where the story ceased to be amusing, for these tunnels proved to be unequivocally artificial. They were neither natural caves nor medieval mines. These were man-made underground corridors, excavated within conglomerate, a compressed mixture of stones, sand, and clay. Their total length, by various estimates, ranges from several hundred meters to several kilometers, with a significant portion of the system still buried and unexplored. Initially, official science attempted to explain the tunnels as medieval mining operations. Bosnia was a source of ore, and miners would have constructed underground routes. This seems logical. However, this version presents several issues. Firstly, the tunnels show no signs of ore extraction, no supports, no pickaxe marks on the walls, and no waste rock piles. Miners invariably leave characteristic traces, which are absent here. Secondly, the orientation of the tunnels. Mines are typically dug to exploit mineral deposits, following veins of valuable ore. The Ravne tunnels, however, proceed in a straight line at a constant depth, without deviation, as if their purpose was transit or connection between 2 points rather than extraction. Thirdly, and most crucially, the composition of the air within the tunnels. Independent measurements revealed an elevated concentration of negative ions in the air within Ravne. Official science regards the phenomenon of air ionization with skepticism, but the facts remain. Measurements were conducted by multiple independent groups, all yielding identical results. The concentration of negative ions in the tunnels was tens of times higher than on the surface. There is no explanation for this. The geology of the conglomerate does not suggest such an effect. Ventilation within the tunnels is minimal. The source of this ionized air within a confined underground space remains a mystery. Another anomaly is the age. When radiocarbon analysis was performed on organic remains found within debris inside the tunnels, the results baffled everyone. The age of some samples exceeded 30,000 years. 30,000. At this time, Europe was inhabited by Cro-Magnons, who, according to prevailing scientific thought, hunted mammoths and painted bison on cave walls. They did not construct tunnels. They lacked the capacity for stonework on such a scale. They possessed neither the tools, nor the organization, nor the motivation for such construction. So, who built them? Official archaeology offers a simple rebuttal. Radiocarbon analysis dates organic remains, not the tunnels themselves. A piece of wood could have entered the debris from anywhere. The tunnels could have been built much later, with older wood coincidentally present. This sounds reasonable, but when multiple independent samples from different parts of the system yield similar ages, dismissing it all as chance becomes increasingly difficult. Samir Osmanagic continues his excavations. Each season uncovers new sections of the tunnels, and each season yields findings that raise more questions than they provide answers. Official science persists in labeling it all as pseudo-archaeology, but the tunnels exist. They are artificial, they are ancient, and their purpose is unknown. These are irrefutable facts. Neither the proponents of Osmanagic's theories nor his critics can deny them. Our fourth tunnel, the Longyu Caves in China. In 1992, a humble Chinese farmer named Wu Anai decided to drain a pond near his village in Zhejiang province, expecting to find fish. Instead, he discovered an entrance to an underground world. Once the water was pumped out, a system of man-made caves of astonishing scale was revealed beneath the village, leaving all who saw it in awe. 24 colossal underground halls, carved from monolithic sandstone. Each hall measures tens of meters in length, tens of meters in width, and reaches up to 30 meters in height. The ceilings are supported by columns, also hewn from the solid rock. The total volume of excavated stone is approximately 1 million cubic meters. 1 million cubic meters. That's roughly equivalent to 400 Olympic swimming pools filled with rock. And here arises the first question. Where did all this stone go? 1 million cubic meters of rock translates into mountains of rubble, spoil heaps that should be visible for kilometers. Yet there is nothing of the sort near the village. No hills of excavated material, no filled ravines, no stone walls constructed from this substance. The stone has simply vanished, as if vaporized or transported so far away that it remains undiscoverable. The second question, how was this achieved? The walls of the halls are covered in parallel grooves, evidence of tooling. These grooves are straight, of uniform depth and width, and run at a consistent angle across the entire surface. These are not the marks of a pickaxe or chisel, which leave irregular, chaotic impressions. These are the traces of something that moved with constant speed and pressure, akin to a mechanical cutter. Yet official science dates these caves to approximately 2,000 years ago, an era when China possessed no mechanical tools capable of such large-scale stoneworking. There were chisels, hammers, and human labor. And with these, someone carved a cavity in the rock spanning 1 million cubic meters, with straight walls, flat ceilings, and columns that were not added to the ceiling, but were integral parts of the solid rock, left behind during the excavation of the surrounding material. This requires not merely labor, but a plan, blueprints, structural calculations, an understanding of where to cut and where to leave support to prevent collapse. This represents an engineering capability far beyond what is attributed to ancient China. The third question, why? The 24 halls are situated adjacent to each other but are not interconnected. Each hall is a separate cavity with its own entrance. The walls between the halls are thin, in some places only about half a meter thick, yet they remain unbroken. The builders clearly knew the location of the adjacent hall and stopped precisely at the intended distance. But why construct 24 separate halls instead of one large one? Why partition the space with walls but not create doorways? This resembles no known dwelling, temple, warehouse, or military shelter. Its purpose is unknown. The fourth question, and perhaps the most unsettling, Why is there no mention of these caves in any Chinese historical chronicles? China is a civilization renowned for its meticulous record-keeping, with thousands of years of detailed annals documenting earthquakes, floods, harvests, taxes, and official appointments. If someone had organized a construction project of such magnitude, involving thousands of laborers, years of effort, and 1 million cubic meters of stone, it would undoubtedly have been recorded. Yet there is not a single line in any chronicle, in any document. The Longyou Caves are absent from China's written history.